Welcome back, everyone. We are up to the other semi-final here. We did miss the first 3 games because we were casting the other semi, but we are in here now. It is going to be Revenant versus Kobo, and it is currently 2-1 to Revenant. This is a best of 5, so if Revenant can take this game out, he will be able to take the series and move on to the finals. But it is Steps of War, so it's going to be down to a lot of luck for him, especially in PvZ.
He's going to need some sort of aggressive opening here, like just going a fast expand and that kind of stuff's really risky on this map because you can't make units as he attacks. Yeah, I have no idea what he's going to do. I wouldn't mind seeing like a roach push off one base into expand or something like that, but I'm not sure. He's got something up his sleeve, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know. I have seen Moonglade every now and then throw out a 15 hatch on this map, just because he just feels like being a boss. And it has worked out for him sometimes, so it really comes down to the control. But I don't know, I think Kobo's definitely strong enough that you're not going to be able to get away with something like that against. He definitely does like keeping pressure on pretty much 24/7, especially versus
Yeah, he's got that early probe in there as well, just to see what build he goes. Revenant hasn't put anything down yet as well. He has 250 minerals or so I'm not sure what he's doing.
Well, he hasn't gone. He's got that gateway down already. And Revenant has gone for that spawning pool first. Probably going to get some speedlings out really quickly just to help deal with it. But see, the problem with that is you can't, no matter how many speedlings you have, if it's like 3 gate or more, you can't deal with Protoss just pumping zealots over and over and over and over again. Because they just get extremely hard to deal with, even with speedlings. But that's where the roaches come in, so hopefully Revenant can get that expansion up at the same time he gets a couple of roaches out. He does have that drone in there. No gas as yet for Kobo. That's really interesting.
Yeah, might be looking to do some zealot pressure. Might be looking to expand or something though as well. I don't know.
Well, he does have that zealot rallied across the map already, and he does have that probe having that proxy pylon down the bottom. See, I'm not really a fan of this proxy pylon spot, especially now that Revenant's actually seen it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in range of a tower, I mean, you just ask and get scattered. If you put it on the other side of the minerals, probably wouldn't have been scattered. And
see, I'm not actually sure whether he wants to what he wants to do with this one, because if it's there for it to be a proxy, that's a worst possible spot because they still have to run all the way down and then all the way back up. So it's kind of the same distance. Yeah, true.
I mean, if you put it at the top of your ramp, it's probably the same distance.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. But that's alright. This drone's probably going to go to work on this. But I like the fact that Revenant checked around this pylon, just in case there was a proxy there. But we
he's got Lings out now.
Yeah, we do have that Cyber Core. Yeah, he's got the Cyber Core, but I don't know. Like, Revenant is definitely checking everywhere now. Doesn't want to get caught off guard by any kind of cheese. Something like along those lines. So, be interesting.
Yep, he's getting his second base down as well, which is pretty good timing, to be honest. Like, he's feeling pretty safe, I gotta say. He's got the 6 lings running around checking the map. He sees that proxy pylon. He's actually got 8 lings around the map. So I'm kind of liking where he's at right now. He's got a pretty solid opening for this map, at least.
Yeah, he has sent 2 lings down to kill this pylon off just in case, because I know I have, like, personally, I've done a couple of games where I'm like, oh, he has a pylon there, but there's nothing around it. I'll get back to it later, and then by the time I get back to it, it's already warping stuff in there. So I'm like, So you definitely want to deal with that as soon as possible. We do have 5 lings. Going to catch this zealot off guard. If he controls his lings properly, he should not lose a single one. And there we go, like that. Definitely does like using those that control there. And he's going to get another surround. Great job there by Revenant. Gets that kill off without losing a single ling. But he now has 2 spine crawlers at the front of his natural. He's getting a lot more drones. If we have a look here, it's 25 probes to 19 drones. And we don't actually have... We do now. We're going to have a 4-gate coming out of Kobo. I do not agree with this. It is far too late for a 4-gate.
Yeah,
well,
true.
Not too... Well, I'd say it's about just on time, but... I don't know. With these spine crawlers already there...
He's seen 3 of the gates because he just ran up the ramp, but that 4th one is just out of position. I mean, if you go on 4-gate, you should at least try and hide like 1 or 2 at the back of your base so your opponent can't see it coming. That's my opinion, at least. You
can think of this as a 3-gate expand. So it's not that bad, but he's going to see it with this Overlord at the back anyway. There you go. He's seen 4 gateways now. He's going to pull back these lings. He does have ling speed on the way. His Roach Warren's almost done. He's throwing down another Spine Crawl. I'd probably drop down one more just to have 4. But, ooh, actually, this could be fairly close. If he runs up the ramp, it could be close. Oh, that is the worst possible spot for his Queen to be. Get it out of the way.
Yeah. I think he's trying to use the Queen to block the ramp, to be honest with you. Like, he just does not want him going up the ramp at all. And if you can trap him on that ramp, those Spine Crawls will just destroy them.
Yeah, definitely. But he really needs to be careful because of those force fields. And, oh, great force fields there. He's going to catch both Queens out of position.
Wow.
That is definitely something that Revenant is going to be punching a wall for. That is got to be frustrating.
And,
both
I mean,
Queens.
the 4 gate just keeps coming as well. But he did lose his probe in that, so he can't get that forward pylon down just yet. He's got to bring another probe forward to do that.
Yeah, definitely. He does have Roaches out now, so he's going to be able to deal with this a little bit easier. He does have both Queens on the way back again, but it's definitely going to hurt his production. But I really don't think this 4 gate... He's going to have to get a force field off. Great force fields on the ramp. But still, the Spine Crawlers there are doing a great job. I don't think he's going to have enough energy. He has enough energy for 1... Yeah, he can keep that out a little bit longer. He's going to take out the second Spine Crawler. But he's still going to work on all these sentries. The drone's actually doing a lot more damage than I expected there. They've actually caught a lot of the units off guard. And looks like Revenant will be able to hold this off. So he's definitely going to be looking in a good position right now.
Yeah, true. But he did lose a few drones in that. He's down to 26 versus 34. As long as he doesn't lose all these units in the midfield now, which doesn't look like... In fact, if he counter pushes now... He could actually do a lot of damage here, especially with those speedlings catching those Stalkers.
Yeah, definitely.
No, getting chased off. He's only got, what, 7 Roaches in there? Yeah.
Does have 7 Roaches, but he will be able to snipe a couple of these units as they get warped in. The Stalkers will be able to chase down these Roaches, but really, as long as Revenant starts lava injecting now that his Queens are back, he should have enough units to be able to deal with all of this. There's still 1 Spine Crawler, 2 more going down at the front. There's a lot of Stalkers in this mix, actually. The hardest thing for Stalkers to deal with is a mix of Roaches and Speedlings, especially if they get surrounded or anything like that. But procobo definitely forced to pull back. He's expanded, though, which is nice. It's good that he didn't all-in that fact. And he is definitely oversaturated at his main now. So, really, we're going to be going into a normal mid-game after some nice, intense action at the start.
Yeah, and that Overlord there did actually spot that expansion, so Revenant is actually powering drones, I mean, pretty hard. He's getting 6 now, just getting Spine Crawls to feel safe. I want to know what he's going to transition into. Like, he got a lot of lings early on. He's getting his lair up now. You can actually tech swap to Muta, and it kind of does work. Or is he going to go Hydra is my question. I'm not quite sure. Small maps, so Hydras work well, but Mutas just could get really devastating if you get him in a mineral line.
Well, what I've actually seen Chef do from Root, I've been talking to him a lot lately after the FX Open tournament where I actually met him. He actually goes straight for Hydras and then lays a creeps track across. So what he does is he exploits the timing between gateway units and Colossi with pure Hydra, and it works brilliantly. But, there's a big but to that. If you screw up the timing, you get rolled because the Colossi are out and just chew through those Hydras like no tomorrow. So it's a bit of a gamble. Well, it's not a gamble, but as long as you do it effectively, it's really effective.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to Revenant though. Has he practiced that? Because if he doesn't know the timing, building Hydras and attacking, he can lose it. I mean, Hydras are good, but also if you get outmassed, they are an expensive unit. It's got a lot of Spine Crawlers though, and he's getting more. This is leaning a lot towards Ling Muta, but he's creep spread as well. I'm still confused. He's getting a Spire though, so I imagine he will be getting Mutas from this.
Well, the creep spread can also just be for for map control, because like he does have both of these towers, so we will see what's coming from either side, but he has no idea what's coming at him from the front unless it's on his ramp. So the further he can spread this creep, the more warning time, even though it's Steps of War, and I can see both ramps on my screen at the same time. Any kind of early warning, the earlier the warning, the better, and that's what this creep is going to be doing for him.
Yeah, I hate this map so much, because like literally they leave their base on pretty much every other map. You have time to build a round of units, and usually pretty safe. On this, you don't have that time, so you always have to be checking the army size and sort of thinking, if he attacks now, have I got enough? And it kind of screws with your drone production a bit. You can't really be too greedy. But we have an attack now coming from Kobo. I like this timing a lot, but there are a lot of Spine Crawlers here at the top of the ramp.
Well, that's what these Spine Crawlers are actually going to end up doing for him, I think, is just give him that time. Because Spine Crawlers do a lot of damage versus these Stalkers. And wow, they're going down really quickly. Lots of Zerglings. He needs to pull those links back behind the force fields. Greatly done there. But unfortunately, he does have that expansion coming up at the top there. So he's going to have to come around. This is really frustrating for Revenant right now. Oh no, that is not what I would be doing. I would not have moved those spine crawlers. He's going to have to pray that they reroute themselves before they get down. They take forever to actually get down. He's going to lose one before the end. There we go. They are just finally going down now. More force fields going down from Kobo. But there are quite a few spine crawlers. And there's actually a lot of mutas in there in that mix-up now. So as long as he's getting more and more spine crawlers, I'm kind of worried at the fact that he's getting too many spine crawlers and not worrying about units themselves. We do have a lot of Lings taking out all these Stalkers so far, but more units being reinforced, and I think that might be game over for Revenant.
I think so. I mean, there is a timing when you go mutas, when you're just getting your first mutas up, and you are just so vulnerable because you just don't have that many units. And this is that timing. I mean, he tried doing it with spine crawlers. I think he moved it back because where they were really
Why did he make two Baneling nests?
Trying to wall off, I imagine. He's just trying to wall off and just choke his opponent off. Just a desperation move, but really didn't have enough lava to get enough units out. I mean, it's pretty much GG at this point. He's not coming back from this.
See, the problem I have with this kind of build is if he went Hydra instead of Muta, Kobo is like nothing he can do about it. He's lost.
True, but if the game went on another 5 minutes and you have mutas out and you're still alive, you pretty much won. Whereas with Hydras, if it goes on for another 5 minutes, you're pretty much lost because there are Colossus out.